I'm Mr Wakely, Head of Year 7 at Sandwich Technology School. The aim of my presentation is to give you as much information about the transition process as possible. We'll be getting lots of information out to you in the coming months, but do feel free to get in contact with us at the school should you have any urgent questions or queries. The Year 7 team is a specialist team made up of myself as Head of Year, Mrs Gibb as Year Manager, who's a non-teaching member of staff, and we also have 12 tutors, 3 for each of our 4 colleges, which are Discovery, Endeavour, Liberty and Union. One of the burning questions we have before students join us in Year 7 is which college they're going to be placed into. Students are placed into one of 4 colleges, Discovery, Endeavour, Liberty or Union, and they'll remain in this college for the duration of their time at STS. It's important to note that students who have a sibling in school will automatically be placed in that same college. For example, a student who is joining us in September who has a sibling in Year 9 who's in Endeavour College will automatically be placed into Endeavour College unless we're informed as a reason why they shouldn't be. It's also important to note that teaching groups are not affected by college allocation. So students who are in a particular college, for example Union College, aren't taught in classes of just Union College students. They are mixed across the whole year group. We also set in many subjects in Year 7 and we do this quite early. We do make sure the groups are checked regularly and we have early and effective assessment criteria to make sure that students are in the correct groups according to their ability and progress. One of the key differences between primary school and secondary school will be the structure of the school day. The timings of the school day might be very similar, but how the day is completed will be very different. In primary school, students will probably be taught by 1 or 2 members of staff in probably 1 teaching space. In secondary school, students could expect to have 6 different members of staff in a single day in 6 different teaching areas across the school site. At Sandwich Technology School, a typical day is 6 lessons long. That's 6 50-minute lessons with a 30-minute morning registration with their form tutor, a 20-minute break and a 50-minute lunch period. On a Wednesday that day is slightly different. The start time is the same at 8:40. We have a very short registration, a 20-minute morning break and students who wish to leave the school site at 1:15 to continue their studies at home. Each day of the week, with the exception of Wednesday, students will have a 30-minute tutor period, during which they'll complete a range of activities. In Year 7, we have a very active and varied programme, which includes group reading, which is overseen by a member of the English staff, a weekly quiz, an assembly every other week. We also look to try and improve literacy and numeracy skills to continue with the work they've done in primary school. In the coming weeks, we'll be allocating students to their colleges. You will also be hearing from the uniform company about the process this year to buy school uniform and PE kits. This year it will be different to previous years due to the current circumstances. It's important that when you do purchase your school uniform and PE kit, you make sure the correct college has been listed. Students aren't automatically allocated lockers at the school. If a student would like a locker, Year 7 have priority for the first week of school. It's a £5 payment via parent pay. When payment has been made, the reception team will pass the details on to the tutor, who in turn will tell the student which locker they have been allocated for the year. One of the main things students worry about before joining high school is the timetable. The fact that they've got to get around the school site, which is a much bigger school site than they're used to, into lots of different classes with lots of different people. I would usually go through this process with students when I visit them in primary schools before the end of the summer term. Unfortunately, due to the current circumstances, this is unlikely to happen this year, so I have included an example of the timetable on the next slide for you to view. It's important to note and important for students to consider that they won't be in a single room all day. Most of the time they will move from lesson to lesson into a different room with a different member of staff. And as daunting as this may sound, students in Year 7 by the end of their second week were absolutely fine with where they're going and what they were doing. There's also lots of people to support students if there are any concerns along the way. The school operates a 2-week timetable, a week A and a week B, and these weeks alternate throughout the academic year. In the example of the timetable I've given you, you see there's a range of subjects, initials, which are the teacher taking the lesson, and a room. The rooms are either G, F or S, G for ground floor, F for first floor, S for second floor, and after that is simply the room number. As daunting as it may seem, actually students get used to this very, very quickly and very soon find their way around school comfortably. For general queries or concerns, myself or Mrs. Gibb, who's the year manager, are the best people to contact. If there are any specific questions or concerns about subjects, it's easier and best to go to that member of staff directly or the head of department. All of these details are on the school website. Due to the current situation, we're unable to confirm exact dates for events next year. That said, we will endeavour to give parents and carers as many opportunities to come into school to meet staff to talk about their child as possible. In Year 7, we hope to offer a combined Meet the Tutor and Information Evening. Meet the Tutor is an opportunity for you to meet your child's tutor and have a short discussion with them about how they've settled in. This combines with our Year 7 Information Evening, where myself and Mr. Sharples will talk about pastoral and curriculum matters. We will also hope to offer a Year 7 Parents Evening later on in the academic year, when students we hope are well settled and moving on with their studies. There will also be 3 progress reports issued to parents to give you an up-to-date idea of how your child is doing.